everybody. Thank you all for coming. Players, go ahead and make your way up here. So it's going to get started really fast here. I really want to thank all of the people in the department behind the scenes that have put this together, from development to the work with marketing, getting ready for the fast turnaround and hosting the first 2 rounds, to in our office, to social media. There's just a lot of people that have been doing a lot of work preparing for this to be a great opportunity for our young women. So I just want to give you all a hand, athletic department staff that have been working so hard for us. So players, let's give them a hand. And coaches, and our coaches and staff, come on up, and staff. Video team, I'd like you all to come on up here. Our video team right behind on this side, that'll be great. This is going to be really fun. I have no idea. I expect us to be either a low 2 or a high 3, but I've been surprised many times before in this. I put out on social media this morning. I put out on social media this morning that really this never gets old for me. This is my 17th opportunity to coach in an NCAA tournament, and when our name comes up, my favorite thing is to be able to just watch their faces. And it's such a privilege. It's really, really fun. And so I really want to thank you all for coming to share it with us. It's going to be a really, really fun adventure. I feel so good about us being able to play at home. And a lot of what we've proven is that we not only play really well at home, but we feel very attached to doing it with you and for you. And so we just thank you guys for being a part of it. We're going to enjoy this time. I'll answer some questions after the bracket is done, and we'll have a chance to sort of share in this together. We have a couple players, as you all know, we're in the middle of final exams. So we have a couple players that are, Naira's, I know, at a writing lab right now, and so she's doing some things with that. I know a couple of our players have to go on to study groups pretty close after this. So if there's some going in and out, that is why. We're trying to be good student athletes preparing for this time. But enjoy it. Am I forgetting anything, Taylor or Pam? But enjoy this. It's going to be really, really fun. And just know that we really appreciate you, the way that you've supported us all year long, but specifically that you're here at this time for this special moment. So let's have a great time.
We are live inside Pauley Pavilion. We are actually in the press room in the beautiful John Wooden Hall of Fame. The selection show will start in about 2.5 minutes. It's finals week here at UCLA, so some of the women are taking their finals right now. They might be in and out during this process. Corey just addressed the crowd moments ago and mentioned she's hoping perhaps for a high 3.
I love these girls. This one cannot not smile. Try to make her not smile.
Yes, the UCLA women will host the first round, which is huge. What an awesome opportunity for them to host the first round. Thank you for all those questions. April Schilling, appreciate you, girl. In the top 10 this season, their record is 24-8 overall in the conference, 14-4.
When they reach the Sweet 16. Let's continue in this region from the local college station Saturday, 1:50 Eastern on ESPN2. It will feature the
Back the pack, Paul. Back the pack.
The Bruins had a tough loss to Oregon State. That should have been them. Thank you very much for your support. I know the women appreciate it, and they definitely deserve your support. Thank you for that. Thank you for taking a piece of UCLA into the Midwest. Commercial break. Thank you for taking time to watch Unguarded, a part of the FanView family here on Periscope. We appreciate that. I'm your host, Stacy Paetz. We're going to have reaction from players and the coaches as soon as they know where they're going to be in this tournament. Should be the next bracket. These are tremendous women that I've had the blessing to work with this year. They're all such great people, great students, great representatives of this university, of this program. Carrie Corver, monster shooter. You might recognize the name Corver. Her cousin plays in the NBA, Kyle. Also a monster shooter. I'd have to tell you my money would be on her, though, in a battle. Waiting. Hey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. I know the name Baird quite well. I love the Baird family. Thank you for the hearts. Chrissy! I love Chrissy Baird. I love all these girls. They are so special. I have the privilege of interviewing each one of them the last couple years for the Spotlight videos here at UCLA. It's always fun to get to know them. I interview all the coaches, all the players. It's fabulous. These two girls right here in the middle with the long hair, two freshmen, but have definitely gotten comfortable in their roles and have been a great asset to this team. I love seeing the reactions from the women across the country, their reactions when they get in. Hopefully we're going to have a great reaction here. I love how packed it is. There's so many people here to support. Thank you for all the hearts, everybody. I appreciate it so much. Your support is a blessing. Thank you for taking time to join me on Unguarded this afternoon, part of the FanView family. So much support at this university. It's so great to see. John Wooden would be very, very proud to know how well everyone works together and supports each other. And you're right, Scott. The waiting is the toughest right now to see where they're going to fall, who they're going to be playing against, where they're going to be. They will know in just a few minutes. Here we go. Here we go. First round, the UCLA women will host at Pauley Pavilion. Who will they host first? Game one will be on Saturday, and the women will host the first round. We'll get reaction from players and coaches in just a moment here on Unguarded. Your hair looks good.
Well, this is going to be exciting. Just excited for our matchup. I'll give you just a little bit of just sort of now what will happen next. And there's a group of people I want to stand right here, and that's our video team. Ryan and Chris and Nick and Christian. Go ahead, stand up. Well, in case the groups, they can see who you are. Okay? And have a seat. Have a seat, and I'm going to explain this in a second. And then I've got our scout guys. I'd like you all to stand up. When you are here, stand up, scout guys. So some of our scout guys. These four are going to not sleep much here after this. They will go directly up to the offices and they will start cutting film. They've actually already been guessing on some of the seeds and been cutting film so that as soon as we are done here, the staff will go upstairs. We'll meet on sort of how we're going to divvy things up. Coaches have already been assigned first round games, second round games, and so forth. And we will be doing incredible study over the next 36 hours or so. We're going to give our players off tomorrow, partly because we really want them to focus on their finals, and partly because we really want to come in to our game plan meeting, our game plan practice, just really prepared and really well versed. And we really pride ourselves to be the most prepared team in every matchup. And so we will be doing a lot of homework from here. The scout guys will now get to learn new teams. They pride themselves. They know sometimes they tease each other that if a player goes off in the game, they're like, man, you didn't do your job the week before getting them ready. That player's going off out there. But they have to learn the other team's offense and defense and do the best that they can to replicate that. Actually, that's a huge advantage of playing at home, is being able to use the routine of our scout guys. What we already are in rhythm of doing, and it's much, much better than teaching our players. We get way more reps in preparation playing at home. Because as you can imagine, when you're on the road, you have a blue team and a gold team, and they're learning on the fly, and it just doesn't give the best simulation. When we're able to teach our scout guys what that other team is going to do and have them go through it, our players get twice the reps. And it really is a big part of our preparation process. In terms of the matchups, Hawaii, they won their conference tournament. They were 12-4 in their conference. They are traditionally, I haven't watched them on film yet this year, and maybe you all can answer this question since you anticipated them, but traditionally been a predominant zone team. And actually, not as much this year, Ryan. Ryan's shaking their head. See, that's how much I know. But they are playing more player-to-player defense this year. The head coach at Hawaii used to be the assistant at USC when Michael Cooper was there. So we already hate him. And so the animosity's already moved up from there. But they won their conference tournament. They're from the Big West Conference, and we will be well prepared. Just some other facts in terms of the other matchup. Some of Paulina's has friends on the Colorado State team. So mostly from Sweden or from other countries? So one from Sweden and two others from Scandinavia. Oh, four from Sweden. Oh, sorry. Four from Sweden on that one team. Four from Sweden. Well, we got a good scouting report there. And then two other Scandinavia players on the Colorado State team. South Florida. Obviously one of our own, and Mark Carlin is the AD there and has had a great influence. One of Coach Shannon's best friends is the SWA there. And then Jordan Canada played with Courtney Williams, their star on the World University Games, and with USA Basketball. So she will be able to help us out that way. Obviously a great player. I actually watched them twice already this year. Just happened to be when they played Connecticut. And they played Connecticut. They're a really good team, very guard-oriented. Courtney Williams is pretty much the hub of their team. She takes a lot of shots. Connecticut takes a lot of respect, but they face guarded her, pretty much put one player that had no other job but to chase Courtney Williams around. That'll be a really interesting matchup between Colorado State and University of South Florida. About the 2 and 3, I have mixed emotions about it. On the one hand, I'm really proud of our team, and I honestly think that with the people who lost and went down to the 3 line, with Ohio State moving down and Louisville moving down, I think our players earned a 2 seed. That being said, I would rather have our matchup than Arizona State's, period. I really think that even though you don't want to get hung up on numbers, because really the NCAA tournament is a lot about who you're matched up with. And no matter what Charlie Turner-Thorne says in public, I can guarantee you she's not thrilled about having Tennessee coming to her place. They have underachieved. They're a little bit like Cal. They've been a sleeping giant all year long. They have plenty of talent. They're really good individually, and they could wake up at any time. Obviously went to Oregon State, beat Oregon State, so have plenty of talent in place there. So in terms of our matchup and our seeding, I'm really pleased with who we've ended up with. I really don't, the whole point about the Bridgeport bracket and UConn, I'm like, I'm sort of insulted by that. They've earned that. They've obviously done a really great job, but there are some really good teams in this bracket, and I'm excited to compete against Hawaii. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be dancing and then to see who we get to play from there. Obviously, Texas is a team we're familiar with. On the other side of the bracket, moving right along, but at that point, you're just excited to be playing in a regional. So we'll stay really focused on the first 2 rounds we get to play, hopefully in front of you, but obviously Hawaii has to be a top priority and nothing past that from our focus. But questions from you all?
How's Casey's knee?
Casey's knee, she's doing great. She's really coming along, and we're really pleased with how she's progressing. So we can't make any definitive things as of yet, but we're really pleased with where she is at this point. Yes, Tom.
But the first half against Oregon State wasn't so good.
No, it wasn't one of our better halves.
But outscored them by 15 points in the second half. Was that a big boost?
Well, I think more than anything, what I love about this particular team is there's a real competitive spirit, and unfortunately, and I will take this. I shared this with some of you already in my email that it really was an example of what Coach Wooden used to talk about when he talked about that if you get too high, that there's a proportionate low coming. And the way it went against Cal, obviously there was a big high in that game, in the comeback and in the shot that obviously our team hit to put it into overtime and so on and so forth. And then we scouted after that. And I think if I had to do that all over again, I would have gotten the team together. I didn't care what time, and get them together at night, because I do think we got a little bit too high. And 3 games in 3 days, you can't afford to do that. And I think that was a learning experience for us. And I think that's what you saw a little bit. It was the worst execution of our scouting report that we've had in a really long time. And I think our team is on that. I really respected, they all had to write me what they learned from the conference tournament. And they were, I'm sure this doesn't surprise you, but they were insightful, they self-evaluated, they took responsibility, they had good suggestions moving forward. I think it's just a real learning experience for us. But I was pleased in the second half that we just kept battling, that we knew we were playing for something more than just that. When the game got out of hand, we were keep battling because we want to get better. We want to be more ready for the NCAA tournament. And, we held them to 24 points, I think, in the second half, maybe 25. We got it to 9 points with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. I was pleased with that. Obviously, I wasn't pleased with how we executed our scouting report in the first half. And that's something, ultimately, that's on me. I take responsibility of that as the leader, but I think we all will take responsibility for that moving forward. Anyone else? Coaches, anything I'm forgetting to touch on? Game times. So game times. 3:30, correct? 3:30, we are the first game. We are not the second game. We are the first game on Saturday, 3:30. The second game will be at 6 o'clock then, correct? So 3:30 and 6. We will, obviously, a big challenge for us in LA in this short period of time is marketing this event. Mm-hmm. And anything you can do to help us with word of mouth. There's obviously so much to compete with in Los Angeles, and people need to know how special these young women are. I'm just going to put that out there, and we need your help to make that happen. So anybody you can tell, in terms of tickets, help me with that. Go ahead and...
Well, everybody here is going to get an email from me. We have special tickets for our Bruin Elite supporters like yourselves. Already on hold, so you'll have the best seats that we have. So you can just respond to my email that you'll get in just a few minutes when we wrap up here. Be happy to take care of whatever you need for the weekend. And then hopefully you can forward along emails to order the tickets through the UCLABruins.com website that you'll all get as well. And hopefully many Bruin fans and friends of yours can order tickets, and anyone who's a friend of yours, if they're either a season ticket holder, maybe not a Bruin Elite donor, or a Wooden Athletic Fund member, they'll be getting information tonight as well and can order those on their own. But any questions, just send them to me and we'll take care of it. So thanks.
And again, I know I started it with this, but it's a huge advantage. It's a really exciting time, an important piece for building our program to be able to play at home, but a lot of people have to sacrifice to make that happen. Dan and Katrina back there, thank you for allowing this to take place for us. It's huge for us short term as well as long term in our development. Thank you to all the support staff, like I said earlier, from development to tickets to marketing, to all the people in our office that really work behind the scenes. It really does take a village to put something on like this, and we're the beneficiaries of that. We have a chance to have media right now, so I'm going to wrap it up. Players, I know Monique has to go directly to a study group. The rest of our players will be around for about 10 minutes or so before they need to go to different study groups. So if you want to say hello to them, please go ahead and do that. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for making time to share this with us. We appreciate you so much, and it's going to be a very exciting dance for us, and we can't wait to see you on Saturday. Thank you, everybody. Including Dave and Duval and enjoying the, is Ari here too? Oh, there's Ari. We will meet as soon as I'm done with media. We will all meet up in my office, okay?
Hey, we need an 8 clap.
Oh, I do like
Thanks,
that.
Chazzy. 8 clap.
Thank you, Brandon. Nice and done.
Hey, how are you? Great to see you.
First, I didn't see you because your head was like hiding behind the screen. What is this for?
Good to see you. This is Periscope. I have a show on Periscope. It's called Unguarded. Yep.
So is it live?
It is.
So we can hear us?
They can hear us. It's live. And they want to see how beautiful you are. Hey, girl. Paulina, my beautiful Swedish girl. I know, I'm excited. Let's talk a little bit about Hawaii, actually, while I've got you here. What do you think about the matchup?
Well, I don't know much about Hawaii, honestly. Nothing. Basically.
Yeah.
I just heard it has one big post player, shorter, but big girl.
Yeah.
That's all I've heard.
Yeah.
All I know. I have a friend on the men's team, so I'm going to try to ask him.
Yeah, that'll be great. You can get an additional scouting report.
Right.
That'll be good. Yes, that's awesome. That'll be great. I love that it's at home. What does that mean for you girls to be starting at home?
That's a huge benefit because especially looking at the season, how like we're undefeated in conference at our home court.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be great.
I love it.
Exciting.
I know, and I love that all these folks came out to support you girls. Why wouldn't they?
Alright, well I just wanted to say hi and thanks again for your text yesterday.
My pleasure, of course. We'll get you. We'll get you.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.